Dear student, Assalamu alaikum. As you know that in my previous lecture, lecture number 1, I told you about the character of novel, The Prisoner of Zeta. And I defined very little, as you know, very little condition, situation and happening with the character. Now I tell you how the novel starts. From where? As you know, summary of the novel. Now I will tell you the summary of the novel. And who's the narrator? Narrator means you say who's the biographer of this novel. So I will tell you how the novel starts and who's the person who is giving all the story as now we are reading and teaching students. There's only one person. He is the Rudolf Resender. You say he's a real hero. You wrote this novel, who became the crown king, as I've been told in my first lecture. And he is the man who has written the biography of the people of Ruritania. So basically this novel, the journey starts from London town. It was carrying towards Dresden, all the parts of Europe, you said Tyrol, and connect to frontier. It's a borderline. Frontier is the borderline of Ruritania. And from frontier to Zeta, then Strelsa is the capital, and Ruritania itself is an imaginary world. So why Resendal has just started a journey to come to Ruritania, as you know, just because of coronation ceremony. Many countries were invited, their ambassador, their consulate, convoy, and some people that belongs to country and their state, and their ministers and prime minister and the queens, many were invited because it was the 5th crown king who was becoming the 5th crown king, 5th Rudolph, you can say. One person has to be a 5th Rudolph. So now the story is, I'm here to tell you, the story was started from London. It was a very good discussion, you say. A very charming conversation between sister-in-law, Lady Rose, and Rudolph Resendal. Once early in the morning, Lady Rose said to Rudolph Resendal, why you are not doing such a work, such a job? Now you become 29 years old. Why you are wasting your time? It was very responsible question towards Resendal, but he became anguish, he became angry, he became upset. He said no. Resendal denied, refused. What I do some work? My brother is a big man, is a rich man, is a lord of Burlesdon. I don't need, I have a sufficient income in my pocket. Because, you know, Resendal, he has also charm to visit Europe and other countries. But because of the force of sister-in-law, she molded the psyche, the thinking, the image of Resendal towards the destiny. She has given the example. She said, Resendal, you know, if your brother is here and he has to select one person, and on one side I am standing, and the next side opportunities are standing, you know what your brother select? She said, your brother select opportunities, because opportunities will never come again. So there is an opportunity in Ruritania. There's a new consulate is opening. You will get a good job. My uncle George Friederli is a great man, great ambassador. Then he will hire you. She told all things. Resendal has no vision to give the positive answer to sister-in-law once Lord Burleson come, and she he saw the twisting, very confusing, very upsetting face of her beautiful wife, Lady Rose. He said, "What's the problem with you? Why you are so upset?" She says, "Your brother is not responding me positively. What I'm saying, you don't obey me. He disobeyed me." It was a simple story. Whenever President come in and he saw a face of her beautiful sister-in-law, and he says, "Yes, sister, I do, just because of your campaign, just because of your efforts, but I don't do such a very low job. I will get a high status." So, first thing from London. Now, it was a great charm in his heart. He say, "Okay, if I do, I will write a book. I will write a biography of the people. First, I understand how these are." So, he will collect some books from London about the history of royal people of Ruritanian, Rudolph family. So, once Lady Rose said, "Why you do not understand yourself? You see your face, you are looking same. Is the family belongs to Ruritania?" Why sister-in-law said to Rudolph Resender that you are looking like a Rudolph family because of her nose, as I told in my first lecture, your cheeks, your eyes, your red hairs, all are same because of family pictures are draws in their walls, on their walls. Okay, so she has mentioned the reflection of that family. So first, Mr. Rosendal has read the biography of the people of Ruritania, first thing, and he became ready this I go. Now I will tell you there are some other character, as you know, Bertrand Bertrand. He's a journalist, versifier, poet. He's a friend of Mr. Rosendal. Now the journey start, my dear student. Journey start. You know, there's a coronation ceremony in Ruritania. You know well. It should be very rushed, crowd of people in railway station and some other places. So now he's going towards. He made a plan. All things he collect and put in his bag and something else in. And he said, "Okay, I go and I will do my job." Very in a promising way. He go. Now, first he came in station. First he came in station when there was a ticket master, the custom officer. When he saw Rosendal, he became the stand up. Rosendal was surprising. Why the custom officer? Why he stand up? He was saying that there's a picture reflecting to the real family, so he was in doubt. Maybe he's the real king. Very easily he collect the tickets and come back. Then he saw one lady. She was walking very boastfully and very good dressing, very splendid style. It was no one other than Lady Mabam. She was also invited. Gentlemen, I tell you one thing very clearly. Lady Mabam was a high celebrity, a special guest by Black Michael, who was a stepbrother to real king, you know. And 1 month before, Michael just went to the home of Lady Mabam. She's a widow by status. Her husband died, and she's a rich lady, very reputable, very handsome, very handsome. Okay, beautiful. So he was in her home and invited her that you must come. So she was a lady of celebrity, high celebrity, a special guest, chief guest you can say. She was on the way. Now there's one excuse always come in our second year English excuse. Two people were traveling towards Ruritania. Two people were traveling. Two people, special two people. Important two persons, you can say. One was Lady Mabam, one was Rudolph Resendal. You know, these two people were traveling towards Ruritania. Gentlemen, initially the coronation ceremony, which was held on Monday, the timing was 9 a.m. But some causes, you know, some problems because of the real king, Rudolph Albert. He was not in his country, so people were confused. So the coronation ceremony was delayed. You see, my dear student, the coronation ceremony was delayed some days behind. It was on Wednesday 9 a.m. I tell you, first was Monday, but it was on Wednesday. Now the journey, it was by train. All were in the train, okay. So they were traveling towards and moving towards their destiny, okay. Once from London to the frontier, the train stopped. There was, the frontier is covered with hilly areas, forestry, mountains, hills, and some other people. Basically, frontier is a residency of Fritz von Tarlenheim and Lady Helga. These people were living there. So, my dear student, so little bit I tell you the distance. As you know, the frontier and Zenda, there's a 10-kilometer distance, and from Zenda to Strelsa, there's a 50-kilometer distance. This is and I told you the Strelsa is capital, and Ruritania is an imaginary country which is situated in a mid-Europe Now, when the train stopped, there was a news in one magazine of French, and the journalist, the Critic magazine. It was published that the coronation ceremony has been postponed. It will be on Wednesday 9 a.m. All were just come out from the train and went towards the hilly areas and tried to visit. Very surprising and very happy thing was that, my dear student, when Mr. Rosendal, he was walking there, many were watching him. The one person, Johann, and Johann's mother, they were continuously peeping him, watching him, who is this gentleman? Because these people were known about the real king's stature, face structure. All were saying, and all women and girls were very happily to watch such a new face, very beautiful face, very charming face. It was Rosendal. Now there's a very good discussion. There is an inn, Simal Hotel. One lady, she has 2 daughters. Lady is very in opinion that my daughter will get married to Blake Michael, because Blake Michael is a step brother and he is ruling this Ruritanian country, but the girls has their own imagine. Girls has their own thought, own desires, own views. Everyone is independent. From that time, the girls vote freely. They have right to select. Girls said no. They become totally disobedient. No, mom, we don't like Blake Michael. We like red cheeks. We like red cheeks. They were hoping to get married Rudolf Albert. Basically, Rosendal was walking there and they were in a doubt, uncertainty that he is a real king. So there was very good discussion. So slowly, gradually, when they come to Ruritania, so there's a shooting lodge. Once Rosendal, he take a seat by a tree and he was dreaming. My dear student, very good discussion I'm telling you, you must enjoy. And he was hoping that I am loving to Princess Flavia and she's my queen, I got married with her. And he was in complete drowsiness, all were something very, as heroically he was feeling. Accidentally someone hit him from the head, and he wake up. These 2 people, one was a little height and one was a long height. One was Fritz von Tarlenheim, one was Seth. They became very surprised because now this is a plot. I tell you, this is a plot of this novel, because Fritz von Tarlenheim and Concept, they are loyal servant to the real king. They were always in searching to get the person who become a king, and we will save our drunkard king, because he has no sense, he is not awake, he is not aware. So they become very surprised. And that time, Rosendal has Mauspicius and Pierre and some others. And he says, gentlemen, will you come with us? There's a king, he's waiting to meet you. This is a shooting lodge. My dear student, you must understand. So when Seth and Fritz request to Rosendal, please come with us and move towards. There's a shooting lodge, our king is reside there. You go. Slowly, gradually, Mr. Real King Rudolf, he was waiting when three people come from the forest, you know, three people come from the forest, one is Seth, Friz and Rudolf Zundel. When real king saw Zundel, it was a great laughing. You know, it was a great laughing. Laughing was continuously, everyone laughing, and he called him brother. Brother, how I say welcome to you. How we are same. How we are same, we are looking same in our stature. So it became very pleasing atmosphere, and Mr. Real King invited to share dinner with me special. It became tonight, and when Mr. Zundel, Rudolf Albert, Sept and Friz enjoying food. In this novel, you will understand the way of eating. You know, Sept eat voraciously, and Friz eat delicately, and Zundel use fork and knife. He is the real king. He liked the style of Zundel, that you are eating like me, because they have same family, same stature, and they enjoyed lot of food. But it lost Joseph. I told you in my story, Joseph is a domestic servant. When he bring a rare bottle of wine, it was drunk. It was intoxicated. He says, this is from Black Michael, your brother. He says, please request to my brother, for sake of me, drink this bottle of wine for me. I should be happy. In that time, Rudolf Albert said, don't touch anyone. This is my brother Michael. He's a menace in such a very horrified person. Only I do. Only I do. Because I will enjoy. I will drink this bottle. You know, gentlemen. And that way, when Mr. Real King has took this wine, he became intoxicated. Now, early in the morning at 9 a.m., it was Wednesday. Early morning, and Mr. Real King has to be a crown king. And the situation became totally dispersed, totally worried and completely and perplexed. So, why? Because the real king became intoxicated. Now, the Sept and Friz become very much worried. They says, we don't give the power to Black Michael that he will kill our king. We are still alive, we will save. When again they saw the face of Rudolf Zundel, he says, please forsake our majesty. Forsake our majesty, you become a crown king. If you don't, Michael will be the person to be a king of Mauritania, and he will kill all the poor people. He should be very horrified person. He is a criminal. He always try to get Princess Flavia and kill our real king. So slowly, gradually, it was very good time for Mr. Zundel. They mold the approach and psyche of Zundel. So at last, my dear student, he become ready for tomorrow, Wednesday, for a crown kingship, and his all mustaches and bald was shave off, and he was ready to go. But in this time, the one lady was listening from the walls. It was Johan's mother. So now I give two MCQs. And this way, when the plane was ready to travel towards Mauritania, so there are two cellars. One is a coal cellar, one is a wine cellar. In a wine cellar, the real king was seated there, and Johan's mother, it was captured in chair in coal cellar. Gentlemen, this is a half story. Inshallah, in my third lecture, I will tell you how this story start from the shooting lodge, and I will do the plot and production ceremony and many other things. Goodbye. Assalam.